r/ask Reddit. What would people take more seriously if it had a different name? Radiation burns, not sunburns. Star damage. Deadlifting. Sounds not too bad, but should be called skinned alive. Waterboarding. Sounds like a fun activity for a day at the lake with family. Ah yes. Drowning torture. Corporate welfare, not bailouts. Fun fact. The government has made money on the bailout of the banks in 2008. Lost $11.2 billion on the GM bailout. Cornhole. I have a hard time getting people to play. Call it a beanbag toss or bago. It sounds a lot less dirty. Looked up nicknames on Wikipedia. Got beanbag toss, dummy boards, doghouse, deadhole, sacks, beans, beanbag. Some help more than others. Message should be called savory salt. You could call it organic seaweed extract and it'd fly off the shelves at Whole Foods. Depression. The name currently conflates an emotion and a completely separate mental illness. That's why when discussing it I say clinical depression. Taserface. The Patriot Act. I know. When I first heard the name it sounded like it was something great, then you read what it does and damn. ADHD. People treat it like it's just about not paying attention and being hyper. It can be crippling. I really want it to be called something like attention regulation disorder. Attention deficit is wildly inaccurate. The name also makes it incredibly difficult to explain hyperfocus to people. You just did X activity for 6 hours straight. How do you have ADHD? Well, that activity was my entire world for those 6 hours. I didn't hear or see or feel anything outside of that for those 6 hours. Nothing else existed to me. When I finally came out of the fugue state, I realized I was incredibly hungry, thirsty, physically uncomfortable, and I would piss myself if I didn't get to the toilet in the next 17 seconds, which is why I had to change my pants. Bullying. Call it what it is. Harassment and assault. No, you don't understand. It can't be assault or harassment if it's between kids. Morning sickness. It's not just in the morning. It's not just a generic sickness or slight nausea. It's potential months of what feels like a constant flu. It's not the puking that gets you. It's the near constant nausea. I think I'd rather give birth again than experience 6+ months of morning sickness. Complex numbers. There's nothing about them that inherently makes them complex, but they were called that essentially because early mathematicians didn't like them. Some people have suggested lateral numbers because they are closely tied to the ideal of rotation and translation. I personally think something like complete numbers because they are algebraically complete would be cool. Distracted driving. You're behind the wheel of 3,000 pounds machine and doing stuff like texting while driving isn't taken as seriously as it should be by many people. Urinal cakes. They should be called piss deodorant. Anxiety attacks. People that have never experienced them don't know just how terrifying and debilitating they are. Get the duck away from that thing that can kill you. Instead of selfies with wild animals over dangerous cliffs. OMG, I read that with a tune from Monsters Inc. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. Get the duck away from that thing that can kill you. Birth control. That is only one of the things it does. I would suggest calling it hormone balancer, but that sounds silly, and guys would use that as an insult for angry women. Climate change to climate duct. Moose. Call it what it is. Angry giant murder horse. Seriously, don't duck with a moose. They will mess you right up just for existing. School bullying. Bullying sounds like kids just being mean, but peer abuse sounds like a serious problem that warrants legal action. If we called vaccines something like essential oils fluids, then maybe the entrepreneur Facebook marketers would give them to their kids. Natural immunizers. Noodling hogging aka handjobbing catfish. That shit is mad impressive. And I'm not even into outdoors shit, but the balls on those guys have to be huge to reach in holes for ducking fish. Spotted dongs. Celiac gluten insensitivity. It is real. All women on my maternal side died fairly young from cancers associated with the disease. They were always sick but never taken seriously. I wasn't diagnosed until my 40s. Even then the doctor told me it's a long shot cause no way I could have it that long without proper diagnosis. I will probably die younger than I should because while now considered real it's still treated like a fad. Global warming. Call it the planet's on fricking fire and we're all going to die. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.